video for the arithmetic progression. So हम लोगों का SN term के applications बचे थे, that is the word problems which was remaining for the SN term of an AP. So in today's video we will be covering the SN term of an AP, the application which is remaining, and today will be the last video for the arithmetic progression. So let's have a look on a question here. A contractor on construction job specifies a penalty for delay of completion of job beyond a certain date as follows. So what is the penalty? Rupees 200 for first day, rupees 250 second day delay, and rupees 300 on the third day, and so on. And if the total delay is for 30 days, then how much penalty did the constructor has to pay? So we need to tell how much penalty he has to pay if he delays the job by 30 days. अगर पहले दिन डिले करता है so he has to pay 200 rupees, and for second day he has to pay 250 rupees, 300 rupees, and so on. Means he is increasing the penalty by 50 rupees every day. So I need to find out what will be my sum of penalty at the end of 30th day, because my job is going to be delayed by 30 days. So if you see the series is in AP. Why? See, the common difference between them is 50. Since the difference is constant between the series, we can say that the series is an AP series. So what is A in this? A will be 200, D will be 250 minus 200, which is nothing but 50. So 50 is the common difference between the series. And what we want is, we want the sum for 30 days. So what is N over here? N is nothing but 30. So the SN term, the formula for SN term is N by 2 twice of A plus N minus 1 into D. So what all things we have? We have N with us, we have A with us, we have D with us. So can we take out S30, the penalty for the 30 days? So 30 upon 2 into what is A? A is 200 plus N 30 minus 1 will give you 29 into 50. So it will be 15 into 400 plus 29 into 50 will give you 1450. So 15 into 400 plus 1450 will give you 1850. The answer comes out to be 27750. So the SN term for the 30 days, the sum of penalty which he is going to pay is how much? The rupees 27750. So he is going to pay 27,750 at the end of 30 days as in penalty, because he is going to delay his job. Let's have a look on this question. In a school, student thought of planting the trees. It was decided that the number of trees that each section of the class will plant will be the same as the class in which they are studying. So there are 3 sections of each class. How many trees were planted? So what we need to see is कि जितने भी बच्चे हैं, मतलब जो क्लास में हैं वो उतने पौधे प्लांट करेंगे. For an example, if they are in class 1, and if they are in class 1, they are going to plant 1 plant. But there are 3 sections of each classes, so we will have 3 plants from class 1. Why? Because we have 3 sections. तो एक section एक plant करेगी, दूसरी section दूसरा. So in total we will be having 3 plants from class 1. Similarly, for class 2, each section is going to plant 2 plants. So 2 into 3 will be 6 plants. Will be planted by class 2. Similarly, for class 3, how many plants they are going to plant? 3 into 3. That is 9 plants. One section will plant 3 plants, and the total of 3 sections will plant 9 plants, and so on. So there are how many classes? We have till class 12. तो हमको क्या निकालना है? How many trees were planted? In total, how many trees were planted, including from class 1 to class 12? All with the 3 sections, how much trees are going to be planted in the school? We need to calculate that. So in total, what we have is, we can see 3, 6, 9, and so on. These many trees will be planted. 3 plants will be planted by class 1, class 2, class 3, and so on. Now, what is A over here? Can you see the series is in AP, because the difference is constant. A is 3, D is 6 minus 3, which is nothing but 3. And what is N? N is class 1 to 12. So we have N is equals to 12. So what we need to apply? Just the simple formula, SN formula. N by 2 twice of A plus N minus 1 into D. Again we have A, N and D with us. Let's solve. So Sn comes out to be, what is n? 12. 12 divided by 2. 2 into 3 plus n minus 1. N is nothing but 12. 11 into 3. So if I solve it, it will be 6 into 6 plus 33. So it comes out to be 6 into 39. So the total number of plants which is going to be planted by the school will be 234 plants. The students are going to plant from class 1 to class 12 according to the question, according to the statement given in the question. I hope the question must be easy to understand as nothing was there. Just आपको क्वेश्चन का लैंग्वेज अगर समझ में आता है तो आप इजीली क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व कर सकते हो. आपको कुछ भी नहीं करना है, जस्ट यू नीड टू अप्लाई दिस एसएन फॉर्मूला. तो जैसे कि मैं पहले से बोलती आ रही हूँ कि आपको एपी में कुछ भी नहीं करना है, दो फॉर्मूले याद रखने हैं, एनएट टर्म फॉर्मूला एंड एसएन टर्म फॉर्मूला. दैट्स इट, द एपी इज डन. So let's have a look on this question. Spiral is made by successive semicircles with the centers alternatively at A and B, starting with the center at A of a radii 0.5 cm, 1 cm, 1.5 cm, 2 cm as shown. Means this radii is 0.5, this is 0.5, this is 1, and this will be 1.5 and so on. It's going to increase as we are going to increase the number of spirals. What is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? How many semicircles we have? 13 consecutive semicircles we have. So what we need to take out? We need to take out the length of the semicircles. So length of the semicircles means this is the one of the semicircle. The length for the semicircle is nothing but the perimeter of the semicircle, and the perimeter of the semicircle is given as, acha, what is the perimeter for the circle? Perimeter for the circle is 2 pi r. So semicircle के लिए उसका आधा हो जाएगा, that is pi r. So what we have a semicircle as pi r. तो पहला वाला जो semicircle है वो कितने रेडियस का है? 0.5. So first semicircle will be, semicircle 1 will be equal to pi into r, that is 0.5. So I can write 0.5 pi. The second semicircle will be pi into 1, that is pi. Semicircle 3 will be pi into 1.5, that is 1.5 pi, and so on. We are increasing by 0.5, 0.5. If I write this in series, I will get 0.5 pi, pi, 1.5 pi, and so on. Can I say that by looking at the series, 0.5 pi is d because it is constant. Pi minus 0.5 pi will give you 0.5 pi. So A comes out to be 0.5 pi. D is nothing but pi minus 0.5 pi is nothing but 0.5 pi. And what is n in this? How many semicircles we have? We have 13 consecutive semicircles. So what we need the length of all these semicircles, all these 13 semicircles. तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे? Again we will be applying the SN formula क्योंकि हमको total length चाहिए सारे semicircles की. So it will be n by 2 twice of A plus n minus 1 into D. एक ही formula रटना है बस, काम खत्म हो जाता है उधर. 13 divided by 2, 2 into, what is A? 0.5 pi plus n minus 1 is nothing but 12 into 0.5 pi. Let's solve, and it is already given in the question. Pi should be taken as 22 upon 7. First we will solve the equation, then we will take pi. 0.5 into 2 will give you 1, so it will be only pi, plus 12 into 0.5 will give you 6 pi. So if you multiply this, you will get 13 upon 2 into pi plus 6 pi will give you 7 pi, and in place of pi we will be replacing with 22 upon 7. So my SN term would come about 13 by 2 into 7 into 22 upon 7. This 7 get cancelled out, this get cancelled out, so the remaining term is 13 into 11. 13 into 11 will give me 143. And what it is 143? Centimeters, because the unit is given in centimeters. So this is the total length of the semicircles of 13 consecutive semicircles which we'll be having. That's what asked in the question. What is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircle? So that is nothing but 143 centimeter is the total length for the consecutive semicircle. So this is the way how we can solve the sums, the application part of the SN terms of an AP. So let's have a look on this question. 200 logs are stacked in the following manners. 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the second, 18 in the third row, and so on. In how many rows these can be placed? Also find how many logs are there in the top row. So what we need to find is, total we have how many logs? So here Sn is given to you, that is 200. Total number of logs are 200. And it is being given 20 logs is placed in the first row, 19 logs are placed in the second row, 18 logs are placed in the third row, and so on. So what we need to do is, we need to find in how many rows these can be placed. तो कितनी rows में ये 200 logs place हो जाएंगे? We need to find that. तो in short what we need to find? N we need to find. कि कितनी rows में ये place हो जाएंगे? So the number of series we need to find. So can we say that this series is in AP? Because the common difference between them is 1, which is constant. So A is nothing but 20, D is nothing but 19 minus 20, that is minus 1. That is minus 1. So Sn is given to you as 200. What is asked? N is asked. N is asked. So again by using the same formula, Sn is equals to N by 2, twice of A plus N minus 1 into D. So we have Sn, we have A, we have D. Just unknown as N in the equation. So let's put the value over here. N by 2, twice of A is 2 into 20 plus N minus 1 into minus 1. By solving the equation, take this 2 here. You will get 200 into 2 will be 400 is equals to N. 2 into 20, 40. Minus 1 into N will give you minus N. Minus into minus plus 1. So it will be 400 is equals to 40. N into 40 plus 1 will be 41 minus N. So if you multiply N inside the bracket, you will get 41 N minus N square. So you get a quadratic equation in N, that is, if you take all these both the things on the left hand side, we will get N square minus 41N plus 400 is equals to 0. So we need to solve this quadratic equation to find out N. Let's solve it by the splitting middle terms. We can split the middle terms. N square minus, it's minus plus, so both the terms will be negative, minus minus. So it will be 16n and minus 25n. 16 and 25 will give you 41. 41 and 16 and 25 will give you 400 is equals to 0. So if you take out n common, n minus 16 minus 25 common, n minus 16 is equals to 0. So n comes out to be 16 comma 25. तो n की हमारे पास कितनी वैल्यूज आ गई? दो वैल्यूज आ गई, 16 and 25. बट लेकिन whether it is possible to have 16 rows or 25 rows all together? No, दोनों एक साथ तो नहीं हो सकता ना, या तो 16 rows होंगी या फिर 25 rows होंगी. So it can be only one. So let's find out कि what is the correct value for n. How many rows actually we have for the 200 logs which is being given to us. So if there are 16 rows, suppose if there are 16 rows, means n is 16. If there will be 16 rows, so how many logs will be there in the last row? Let's find out. An is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d hota hai. We have a as 20 over here plus n minus 1 will be 15 into minus 1. So 20 minus 15 will give you 5. So we have 5 logs in the 16th row. And if I take n is equals to 25 लिया मैंने, and if I give 25th row में कितने logs होंगे? So a is nothing but 20 plus 25 into 1 will give you 24 into minus 1. So it will be 20 minus 24. So if you do, it will be minus 4. क्या logs minus 4 हो सकते हैं क्या? नहीं हो सकते. तो ये आंसर हम लोग reject कर देंगे. The n cannot be 25 because the logs at the 25th row will be minus 4, which is not at all possible. The logs cannot be in negative. So the answer for the how many rows we have to be placed for 200 logs will be n is 17. So we have 16 rows. 16 rows for 200 logs. So 200 logs will be placed in 16 rows, and at the end row, at the 16th row, we will be having 5 logs. Or I can say at the topmost row, I will be having 5 logs. That's what asked in the question. How many logs are there in the top row? At the bottom, it was 20. उसके ऊपर रखे 19, then 18, then it will be some 17 and so on. And at the top of 16th row, it will be 5 logs. I hope it must be clear. And at the last, we can mention the statement, therefore, 5 logs are there at the top row. Fine. So we got the number of rows we are having for the 200 logs and how many logs are there in the topmost row. So I hope all the 4 sums must be clear to you, and how we can applicatively apply the SN terms formulas over here, and how we can see the combination of SN terms and the NF terms, which we have already done in the previous videos. So I hope the arithmetic progression must be clear to you all. If you liked it, please like, share and subscribe even with your friends. Thank you. Bye-bye and have a nice day. We will be meeting you with a new chapter. Bye-bye.